Alright, hi guys, good morning, it's KCFX. Today I'm going to be talking on pairs which we are going to be looking at in the second week of June, okay? So, first of all, on Friday we saw good news data for dollars, okay? You can see the dollar was really strong, mostly on the non-farm employment change. You can see on previous we had 179k, okay? You can see forecast what they predicted was 85k, and what happened, what actually happened on Friday, 1:30, okay, in the afternoon. On Friday we saw 172k. That's higher than forecasted, okay? So that means more strength for the dollars. And what did that do to the market? You can see on Euro USD what happened. You saw price fell to the ground, okay? Price went down. On crypto pairs too, Solana US, you can see price also fell. Bitcoin, we saw that happen as well. We saw price fell to the ground. GBP we saw price also fell. Gold, in fact, it was massive. Gold also fell, and also now it's giving us a new lower low, which I'll be talking about in a moment. GBP GBP which also fell, but this should be first in line, okay, this week for us to be taking an entry. So I will come into this and why. So all these pairs fell to the ground because of dollar was strong, okay, on Friday on the news that came out. Okay, so no time to waste. I'm going to be going into the charts to explain to us what we should be seeing in the second week of June. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to start with Solana USD. Okay, Solana USD. Remember, we're in the 4 hours time frame. Okay. If you remember, past week, that was on May second week or so, I was telling us that we need to see price give us a TP3 of Solana USD. Okay, and we can see what happened. Price took time. Okay, so, crypto pairs mostly Solana, it's really slow sometimes to move, which you can see it took us. This is May 17th of May. You can see price had to go slowly all through May down to 5th of June. Okay, it took almost 2 weeks or 3 weeks, almost a month for us to see TP3 taking out. So it took a long time, but it's worth waiting for. Okay, so either way, we saw price as giving us a new lower low. Okay, you can see clearly on the chart. So I'm going to explain this now. Okay, now you can see on the chart. Okay, you can see on the charts right now. We saw a lower low. So a lower low one here, lower low two here, and we saw price come down, giving us a criteria. We took entry towards the downside here, and what happened? We saw price come down, but for us, what did price do? Price came towards, okay, crossed the first lower low here, and now price has given us a new lower low. Okay, price came down, crossed this previous lower low, and now we have a new lower low down here. Okay, so now I'm going to create a lower low down here. So we have a new lower low here because price crossed this one. Okay, price crossed this this lower low here. Okay, so now we have a lower low at the downside. So now what are we looking for? We want to see a lower high. Okay, because now we have a current lower low, so we're looking for a lower high before we start looking for entry towards more push towards the downside. So what do we want to look at now? Now, first of all, we take out this Fibonacci retracement because its job has been accomplished. Okay, we already see TP3 taken out, so we delete this Fibonacci retracement too. Now, because we want to see lower high here, what do? We take our Fibonacci retracement too, because we want to see a high. We take from the low. Okay, we're looking for a high, so we take Fibonacci retracement to draw it from the low up to the previous lower high, which is on the top here. Okay, so now this is what we want to see. Okay, so I'm going to delete all this. It's not really needed now. Okay, so now we have it cleared, so we can see and understand better. Okay, so now what do we want to see? We want to see price come towards the upside to give us a high. Okay, so we will need to see price come and hit the 0.618 area, as I always explain to us. That's where our lower high will be placed. Okay, this left, at least just to touch the line is what we need. We don't need anything more than that. We want to see price touch the 0.618 area, this line, not close to it or inch or pips. It must touch it or cross it over. Anyone is fine. Touch it or go higher is what we're looking for. So see our lower high here, and of course price needs to come down again. The criteria is checked, then we push down towards the downside. Okay, our golden zone of course will be inside this area. Okay, so our lower high now is going to be here, Okay, we can now see our lower high is here, and now we can say we can delete this one because it's no longer valid because we've already seen a lower low downside. So we can say this 2 is no longer here anymore. Sorry, we can now say this is a lower high, and it's a lower low. We're looking for a new lower high which is above here. Okay, so what we want to see now is a golden zone. We take our short position here into this area, then this is what we are looking for. Okay, stop loss should be around this area. Our target should be, of course, down to get a new lower low. Okay, so that's what we want to see. Okay, so that is that on Solana USD. Remember your Fibonacci retracement tool. You are drawing the Fibonacci retracement tool from the low to the high above to get a new lower high. Okay, and that's what I just did. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to go to the next pair, which is Euro USD. On Euro USD, what did we see? Okay, on Euro USD, we also saw price come towards the downside, which is also price crossing this level as well. We saw price. Sorry. Let's use this one. We saw price come from lower high here towards this level. Okay, and what happened? Price came down here, crossed this previous lower low now, giving us a new lower low, the downside. Okay, so what do we want to see? The same scenario we had on Solana USD is the same thing we're going to be putting here on Euro USD. We're looking for a high, okay, a lower high. Okay, so I'm going to show us how that is done. But first, I'm going to take out all this because we don't need this anymore. Okay, I'm going to take out this all this so we can move forward. Okay, so I'm going to take out all this because we don't need it anymore. Remember, I'm going to take out this lower, this one of lower high because we already have a new lower low. So the only important thing here now is going to be this lower high, but the 2 is no longer important because we already have a new lower low, which is now going to be at this level. Okay, so now what are we looking at? We're looking at a high, okay, which should be around this level. So what do we need? We need to take out this Fibonacci retracement because it has already done its job. Okay, we take it out. Okay, now because we want to look for a high, which should be around this level. How do we get a high? We use the Fibonacci retracement tool to do that. So we go to the Fibonacci retracement tool. Remember, we're looking for a high, so we're drawing our Fibonacci retracement tool from the low, okay, to the high, this high. Okay, so now what do we want to see? We want to see price come towards the want to see price come up towards this 0.618 area. That's our high. Okay, that's our lower high, and price needs to touch it, okay, or go above it, anyone. And after price has given us a lower high, we need to see price come towards the downside, give us our criteria, and what happens? We take our sell towards the downside for more push. Okay, so our goal is, of course, going to be around this area. Okay, and of course our entry should be a short, of course, a sell. Okay, so we're looking at our stop loss should be around this level. Our take profit should be at the downside because we're looking for a new lower low. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Okay, for Euro USD, more continuation towards the downside. Okay, so Euro USD, this is what we're looking at on the 4 hours time frame. Remember, use the 4 hours time frame to check and see what the market is doing. Okay, guys, great. So now we're going on BTC, the next one. BTC USD, what do we want to see now? On the BTC USD, I've been talking about this since last week. Okay, we're looking for a new lower high, which we've been trying to get for a while, but price has yet to give us a new or a valid lower high. We just see price falling more and more. Okay, for now we can see our Fibonacci retracement is already on the lower high up, but I'm going to take it out so we can draw a new one so you can understand what we're looking for. Okay, so I'm deleting this. Okay, so now we're going to do another one. Okay, so now we're looking for a lower high. Right, now what do we need to do? Drawing a Fibonacci retracement tool. Okay, from the low up to the high. So now this is now our low, okay, up to this high. So what are we looking at? We're looking at price to give us a lower high. Lower high is of course the 0.618 area. So price needs to come towards this level, okay, come down, criteria is checked, and more push towards the downside. This is what we're looking at. Okay, our lower low is going to be here now. Our lower low is here currently, and our stop loss, our take profit is going to be stop loss is going to be around here. Our take profit, of course, this level. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Okay, and our golden zone for sure should be around this level. Okay, golden zone is around this level. Okay, so this is what we want to see. on BTC-USD. So BTC-USD, we are waiting. Euro-USD, we are waiting. So now USD, we are waiting. Okay, this pairs, we are waiting for it to give us a high before we can start looking to do anything. Okay, so we go to on GBP-USD to see what's happening. GBP-USD, very much we can see price is still falling towards the downside, which you see here. Okay, I'm going to take out all this. We don't need this right now. All this, take all this one out. Okay, golden zone is here. Okay, now we're supposed to see a lower high first before coming towards the downside, but price kept going down, which is fine. We don't want to do a lot of wala. Okay, so what are we looking for now? Okay, we want to see price now. We have a lower low here. We're yet to see a new lower low. Okay, at this level, so we want to see price come towards this level, crossing this lower low. Okay, just as Euro-USD has already done. That's crossed. Euro-USD has already crossed the previous lower low. Okay, which you can see here. Okay, it has given us a new lower low already. So GBP-USD has yet to cross this lower low to give us a new one. So we just want to see if price will keep on falling, or maybe price will come up, or so we don't know. We don't know. But if price will come down to give us a lower low, we need to see price come up towards the upside, of course, to give us a lower high. Then of course prices come down, give us a criteria, and we push towards the downside. Okay, so this is what we want to see. Okay, so we wait and see how second week of June opens up and see what the market does. Okay, that's for GBP-USD. So GBP-USD right now, we are waiting patiently to see what the market wants to do. Okay, because right now sugar rush everywhere. Okay, everything fell on Friday, so we are waiting to see how it settles. Okay, good. So we're going to gold. On gold, what are we seeing on gold? Gold is still falling. Okay, remember I said generally, I've been saying this for a while, gold is very much bearish. Okay, it has been bearish for a month now. Okay, but what we are working with is the mini structure, which we've been taking buys and sells from for a while. Okay, so mini structure is still very much intact. Okay, we can see price is still is falling. Okay, we can take out all this. I don't want lots of confusion. Okay, so now that we have it this way, okay, let's see. All right, okay, now let's see a moment. Okay, now gold, I cleared everything so that we can really understand. Okay, so on the mini structure, what happened? Okay, we said price came up, and also I remember on Thursday of Wednesday I was talking of gold was going upwards, which of course I took an entry on that. Okay, towards the upside. And what happened? Wanted to see price push higher. Okay, cross this higher high, because on the mini structure price was a little bit, I told you last time, on a short term buying side. So wanted to see price cross this higher high, give us a new higher high above. But what happened? We saw price push towards the downside, cross the previous higher low towards more push downside. What does that say? You know, I always say that when price crosses down, crosses the previous higher low that has a higher high, what it means that price has shifted from buying side now, which was on a short term, now back to the downward side. So now on the mini structure, which we've been working with for almost 2 weeks now, we are seeing another bearish side coming to play. Remember, gold is on the bearish side generally. Okay, so if the mini structure which we've been working on is now telling us it's bearish again, it's good for our setup. So we want to see more push towards the downside. So what are we seeing now? Now we would say, since price has crossed this previous higher low here, we are saying we should expect more downward push towards the downside. So now price, or the market now, is now on a downward trend. Okay, so now what do we want to see? Fine. Now we can say this is no longer important because it's no longer bullish. Okay, so we can now say, let's clone this. Let's say now this is going to be our high. Sorry. Oh, it's going to be our high. Okay, this is going to be a lower high. This is going to be a lower high now. Okay, it's no longer bullish. It's now on a downward trend because price crossed this level from this side. Okay, it crossed it. So now we are saying price now on the downward trend. So we have a lower high here, and we have a lower low here. Okay, our lower low is now here. Okay, so now that we have a lower low, what do we want to see? Same scenario on Solo now, on Euro-USD, on all these pairs which I just spoke about, BTC as well. Want to see a lower high. Okay, now a new lower high, how do we get it? We use our Fibonacci retracement. But first, we take out this one because it's no longer important. We go to our Fibonacci retracement to remember, because we need to see a lower high. We take our Fibonacci retracement to from the low towards the high. So what do we want to see? We want to see price come towards the upside. Okay, come towards the 0.618 area to give us a high, a lower high. Now come down, criteria has checked, and more push towards the downside. This is what we want to see. Okay, so our lower high is going to be here. Okay, that's going to be our lower high here. Okay, this is what we want to see, and what we want to get. Golden zone, of course. Short position is going to be around here after criteria has been checked. Okay, so this is what we want to see, like this, and towards the downside. This is what we're anticipating. Okay, so golden zone, of course, should be around this level. Golden zone. This is what we want to see. Okay, that's what we want to see. So gold is very much, we want to see price come towards the upside, give us a new lower high, and price come down to the golden zone, and of course criteria is checked, and we take an entry towards the downside for more push. Okay, this is what we're looking for on gold. Okay, remember we're still working on mini structure. Okay, all right, let's move on. We're going to GBP/JPY. It's a very funny pair. Okay, very stubborn, very slow, and very frustrating sometimes. All right, so we've been looking at price giving us we have a value lower low here. Okay, we can see we have a lower high here, we have lower high here, which is 1, we have lower high here, which is 2. Okay, we have lower high here, which is 3, we have a new lower high here, which is 4. Okay, we can put this one here and say lower, we can call this one 4. Okay, right, so we want to see price come towards the downside, 4 down. Okay, so what do we want to see now? We already have, we can take our final retracement to this area. Okay, because now we're looking at golden zone now. Okay, we want to see price come towards the downside. All right, and if you want to see price come towards the downside, you are drawing a Fibonacci retracement to from the upward side now. Okay, because we're looking for high, we want to see price come into the golden zone, which is around this level. How do we draw a Fibonacci retracement to? We take a Fibonacci retracement to from this area, because we want to sell. We're going to be drawing a Fibonacci retracement to from the lower high, which is at the top, down to the low, which is at this level. Okay, so now you can see clearly this is the golden zone. This golden zone is the 0.618 area and 0.5. Right now our setup is going to look something like this. Okay, and of course we want to see price come towards the downside. Okay, we want to see price do this. Price is already in the golden zone area. You can see it just tapped in there and went up. So GBP/JPY, we should be taking entry on this pair as early as tomorrow morning, maybe tonight. Okay, when market opens. Okay, price can do this. Price needs to come into the golden zone, give us a criteria, of course, and of course we take an entry towards the downside, towards the lower low which we have here, to give us a new one. Okay, so we're looking at something like this. Okay, so this is what we want to see. So this can happen as early as 11 o'clock p.m. tonight, or as early as 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So we're looking at GBP/JPY to be looking to take an entry. So this is first in line. We want to take more sell position on GBP/JPY, but first we want to see price come into the golden zone, which is this area. Okay, and of course criteria needs to be checked, and that criteria, okay, for selling is we want to see a red candle come into that area first. That's going to be on the 30 minutes time frame, and another green candle starting and also closing green. Okay, the next 30 minutes candle, which will open again, needs to finish red inside the golden zone. Then we take a sell towards the downside. So this is what we're looking at on GBP/JPY for this week, which is going to be started. Okay, all right guys, so that's that on GBP/JPY. This is what we want to see. Okay, so let's see Euro/JPY. Let's see what we have there. Euro/JPY fell like insanely, yeah, which is cool. So I spoke on Solana USD, I spoke on USD, I spoke on BTC USD, I spoke on GBP/JPY, GBP/USD, sorry, I spoke on gold, I spoke on GBP/JPY, which of course we'll be looking to take an entry maybe this night or tomorrow morning. Okay, so guys, I think that's where I'm going to be stopping this video, and this week is going to be great. We're going to go higher more in June. Alright, please don't forget to subscribe and like and comment, okay? I think I'll be stopping the video here. Chase the fake out. I'll see you guys around.